race today.
Yeah, I thought for sure because it was a Sunday and because I, done all the work for it that they would cancel because that's how it's been for the last 2 months.
Yeah, well, here we
Darn
are.
it.
Anyway, we're here. We're happy to be here. We've got an 8-race card today, and we'll talk about it after the usual nonsense, like NYRA Bets. If you all would
That's
just sign
not
up.
nonsense,
But
Andy.
if everybody would join NYRA Bets, and I mean everybody, then we could stop showing this. Otherwise, this is the way it's going to be. So those of you that haven't joined, you're the ones who are ruining it for everybody else.
Making everybody else
Bonus
bored.
200. We will match that. A $200 sign-up bonus. Play NYRA Bets. Any track, anywhere, anytime. You got a 10% exact bonus at Gulfstream. They are drawing the Pegasus races. I want to know if there really should be allowed to call it a World Cup if it has absolutely no foreign participation
I
whatsoever.
completely agree with you on that
I'm thinking of bringing
sentiment.
a lawsuit against them for that. I think it's an illegal use of the word. Well, we're
You
a very
could say that about the
litigious
Super
society.
Bowl as well.
Well,
The World
I don't-
Championships? Well, we're the only country that plays.
I don't like football either. And, I tried to watch, and I was watching the end of that Denver-Buffalo game, rooting for New York's team.
Savaggio.
And I saw them just basically, the officials just give the game to Denver. And thought, this is why I don't watch football.
Yeah.
And then I watched the OKC-Miami game and saw the Heat get the biggest home job win ever and thought, well, but I'm sticking with basketball. I can't turn on everything. Exacta bonus at Tampa. I'll be opted in for that. We're covering Tampa on the show today. We have a cross-country Big Five, I'm guessing.
It's a horse you like at Tampa, too.
Who?
I forget
there are
the
a couple of horses I'm
Yeah,
interested in at
we'll have
Tampa
to
today.
tune in
Yeah,
and-
we got a fun maiden race in the turf there. They got an older race. We don't have a cross country today, guys? No? Okay. We might have one, but if we do, we weren't given it.
You know what? Why? They should tune into the show to find out if they have a cross country.
There
Big
you go.
Five.
Well, people might want to know beforehand the handicap.
That's also true.
But
enough.
I don't know. I don't know where you find that. Probably a NYRA Bets somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Well, you know what? Let me look at NYRA Bets. 2 to 5 on FS1 today. I'm going to look at NYRA Bets and see if they have a cross country.
All right.
Because if they do,
And that's why you should have an NYRA Bets account because you can also find out if there's a cross country Big Five.
and it appears there isn't one.
Okay, just
So
kidding.
there you have it. There you go. But they do have the future wager. You have any quick thoughts on the LeCompte yesterday?
Rails seemed to be good. I don't know what you thought about the track.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I didn't pay
watched
enough attention
enough
to say that.
to say that it felt like inside was the place to be.
Okay.
But that horse took a massive step forward. Not massive, but a significant step forward. Only in his second start, first time around 2 turns, bred to be pretty nice. So I think he's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, he's too slow to take too seriously at this
As of
point.
now. But
He
he's
got
only
an
run
81
twice.
buyer.
Yeah.
But for a horse that broke his maiden 4 weeks ago, when he got from 6 furlongs to a mile and a 16,
Yeah.
and he came from far back on a track that seemed to be kind to forwardly placed horses,
Right.
I thought it was a very impressive effort. It feels like he's a good horse that's a work in progress that has to get a lot better.
Yeah.
You know.
He is by Curlin. You wonder if that will come to fruition as we progress through this 3-year-old season. Like I said.
Yeah, I mean, given that the leaders haven't been running particularly fast figures, there is I mean, we're all talking about horses like Paladin, who's running 87s and 80, up
Exactly.
there. We're not exactly talking about a group that has shown themselves. I mean, Ted Nafi's faster than them.
Right.
But I think we're all a little skeptical of him, 1.25 miles, not that he's not a good horse. but-
Yeah, no, I've never had doubts weirdly about Ted Nafi getting, more ground. But yes, I think the classic distances are a little bit of a question mark. And 2, he needs to get out there and run.
Right.
So we need to see him come back first before we can
I
pass
agree.
judgment.
Glad to see he got a work in,
Yeah.
actually. I saw that the other horse, Napoleon
Solo.
worked. Not sure he's a 1.25 horse either,
No,
but his
that's
Champagne was quite a
the way.
race.
I agree.
Quite a performance.
Yeah.
I'm going to argue it was as good a performance as we saw from anybody in the 2-year-old last
100%.
year. All right, race number 1. You're going to go. There's Fort Nelson winning a race on July 4th. And I got to tell you, when they won this race on July 4th, the Sheik actually texted me. We text a lot, the Sheik and I. We're close. And he said, boy, I really think I got a stakes horse here. He did not expect to be in a $50,000 claiming race at Aqueduct in January.
know.
He didn't text. We used to tell. We had a slight falling out.
I, I
It's just one
I
of those
dare
things,
ask
you know,
the
it's-
details of that.
I'm not an easy friend to have.
Spoken by somebody who knows.
You're so, what, you're so easy there, Miss Wolfendale Morley over here.
What? I mean, I make anyway. Fort
She's
Nelson
lying.
is I know, Andy. I know he's virtually eased in both of his last two performances, but
He's the worst
I
of them.
thought he was a stakes horse coming out of that race.
So did I. So did I. I
loved
agree.
him.
Yeah.
And I mean, you do look at the company he's been keeping, and they are far superior than anything he meets here. And I'm wondering, Geld, obviously this is what Godolphin does. They geld the horses, obviously, before they run them for a tag. But that can't hurt in his performance. And two, the blinkers going on for a horse that has shown an ability to lace fairly close. I wonder if, right out, if he can be forward in here just with that drop in class. Obviously, New York Scrappy's faster.
I don't know who made the early big bet on New York Scrappy, but he's going to be bigger than 6-5. You mentioned that about them. They used to have 3 different stables, and they rarely use Godolphin in America. And
Right.
my understanding was they went from Darley to Godolphin after the Sheik was disappointed that Bernardini didn't
Yes,
run the Godolphin Silks. I think that
that's
was now
exactly
they're
what I was
all
gonna say.
Godolphin. They never use Darley anymore, and South Elkhorn Stable was their claiming operation.
Oh, that's
and
right. I forgot about that.
It might be the horse Lotke who
No,
was,
remember didn't he go through the sale?
he went through a sale, he didn't get claimed.
Oh no, I can't remember.
He's the horse
They
who
had that like dispersal kind
he-
of sale
well,
up in
he
Saratoga.
won, but he won the Grade 1 Gulfstream Park handicap. That's now the fake World Cup.
Correct.
It was, I remember because it was the first show we did for Fox. We did that Jockey Club Fox
Yeah,
series,
no, I
and he had been claimed from Godolphin. Now there may have been a horse before that, but they hadn't gelded them, and they said we got to geld them because we don't
Yeah,
want to,
exactly.
Anyway, I listen. I get it. I'm curious. David made the 3 and 4 the same prices basically. I expected Rule 62 to be a bigger price. I mean, the second choice, as he should be. I'm just going to go with Horacio with this one, who seems to be dropping into a more logical spot. And at least his figures showed consistency because I cannot trust the 3. But you're absolutely right. The 3 is the best horse. You don't like the 4 at all, huh? I mean, I know it's 2 picks here, but
Right, exactly. So definitely ran in a much, much tougher field, and it feels as though cutting back in distance is going to be to his liking, given that he just had no finish whatsoever last time
that was
out.
a tough field.
Right.
That
and
horse ought to run in the
totally tough
Pegasus,
field.
Life and
And even
Times.
before that, he was against BU. So he just hasn't run as fast. And that was just my main complaint about him, and that's why I put the 3 on top. He
All
has
right.
the faster go back races.
See what happens in race number 1. I'm happy for Nacho that he retired, but I'm sad that he retired.
Ditto.
Good guy.
I'm going to Argentina in a few weeks.
Really, when?
First week in February.
Nice.
Might be able to catch up with him.
What's the story? What are you, just like a fun
There's-
trip?
Yeah.
Gonna get to the track somewhere?
I'm going to try to get to the track because we spend 2 days in BA in Buenos Aires.
Andy, I think Andy's been down the tracks there. We should ask him.
Yeah,
I'll think
yeah.
about calling him. I owe him a
Okay,
call anyway.
great.
And I'll ask him about it and tell him you're going. Actually, he may have a good memory. He talked about, he wrote a lot about it. He talked about playing there. I think the takeout was what got to him. And of
Oh,
course,
it's a
you're
massive
familiar with
takeout?
it because you have a good friend who you used to work with who was the king of arbitraging the South
What?
American races. Frank.
Oh, Carulli, yes. Yes. Big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Miss Frank. Great.
do too.
Love Frank. Do you ever hear from him?
No.
Really?
I know. I should check in with
You
Mike
should.
Gath again.
Should-
see
should
what
find- we
Frank's
should
up
find
to.
out how Frank is.
I
Good
know.
guy.
I mean,
Anyway,
last time
I'm
I
sure-
heard he was in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Where shocking. Yeah, Frank, as many of you may know, used to be the simulcast host down in the Maryland racetracks and a legend, in my opinion. I thought Frank was tremendous.
He was instrumental.
So race number 2,
career.
let's look at Eagle Rising in full pour, running 2-3 last April. I've taken a weird approach in this race, and I'm
So
not.
have I.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't trust either one of these horses,
No.
Maggie. I just didn't want to pick. I felt like Full Pour was picking up the pieces here, came back and ran poorly, albeit on a wet track, and then didn't show up for a long time.
But wasn't Eagle Rising supposed to go by
Yes.
Crimson Queen here?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
she was very short price, and I just
I got a bad feeling about it.
I
I mean,
do
she's nowhere
too.
to be. They may run 1-2. I just didn't want to pick them, and so I didn't want our preferred pal to try to get a mile. I know that she's probably the speed, and maybe
maybe.
that'll help her do it. And we went in completely different directions, going a little bit off the wall.
Totally.
And I took Lady Delilah. The thing about Lady Delilah is she may be over 16, but she's only over 7 on the dirt.
I know, but the problem, I could not get. I know she ran well last
Her
time.
last race is good enough to give her a
I
chance
could
near
not get over
Price.
her race 2 back. Now, maybe something weird happened, like she
was awful.
displaced or something, because she came back in, a week essentially and ran fine. But I picked her that day. She was favored, and she stunk.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
And now she's going to stretch back out again. It seemed like, I don't know.
I guess the race came up and Jimmy wanted to put her in
Exactly.
the race that came available. You're taking Jamie Begg with a horse that did not stand up on the dirt
I
in this
hated
only
everybody
race.
else. I really did not like. Okay, but that was at Finger
She's
Lakes.
a total wild card here.
Total wild card. Is half to Shared Success, who was 8 for 25 on the dirt.
And 4 horrible, horrible foals.
The other
Yeah,
one
Share Success was kind of an outlier. That's what bothered me.
was, but I mean, is a Reedsdale. I don't know. Was never faced New York breds. Granted, not facing the toughest of company out of town, but I just, like I said, this was just a pick because I didn't like anybody else.
Well, you and I are on the same page with that. We just went in completely different directions. It's funny
Right.
looking at our picks because they're the same, except we have 2 completely different horses on top in here. And I just think it reflects the way we feel about this race. We
Right.
didn't want to recommend betting the 1, 2, or 6.
No.
And listen, they might run 1, 2, 3, and I'm okay with that, but I can't bet any of them.
No, at
And-
short prices, just because, and then you have like Flavian on the 5. Like, what?
Yeah, I got to say, Flavian riding on a summer day. I think I texted Aragona or somebody and said, you got to see the, something. I texted somebody
Yeah.
and said, Flavian, what is he? I have a WTF written next to Flavian riding this
Fair
horse.
enough.
I was a little surprised by this
Yeah.
horse. Yes. Okay, well, maybe Flavian wakes this guy up.
Yeah.
He better win the Eclipse Award.
This is clearly a race
Right,
we're
right.
not.
He doesn't have a whip. He has a
excited about.
magic wand.
Yeah.
He's able to win this race with that horse. Race number 3. I'm going to tell you, I kind of copped out in here. I'm going to take a look at the Maxaluna race with Shady Side, Carrara, and In Awe of Juju running 2, 3, 4 in here, and it's 2 back for In Awe of Juju in the last race for the other 2. I'm sorry, Maggie. I'm just copping out with the Brad Cox Sandy Goldfarb off the
How
clay
can you
horse.
not? I mean, their numbers are astronomical. The problem I have with Carrara coming in here, as she's, we kind of picked it up before or after what I was about to say, is that, I don't know, she looked to be getting out on the turn, and I'm not going to be surprised when she wins here. There's no doubt about it. I have her second, just because I respect these connections so much. But I don't know, how good is she? She was outfinished by Shady Side late there.
I'm not her biggest fan, trust me.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. Where exactly am I supposed to go in here? I mean, well, I guess the horse that you have on top and I have third, and we'll show her race at Keeneland 2 back, is the other horse. And I probably should have put her second.
And look, I took her going against what
Well,
I said in the first race, where she doesn't have a race fast enough.
Well, a race 2 back is fast enough.
Okay, yes, but that's the only
This race
one.
is fast enough.
Oh, and she's run a
Well,
69. I don't know. When
mean,
she broke her
she's
maiden,
run fast
okay.
enough races.
And she gets a wet track. She obviously can handle a wet track. Good. Glidden is just numbers. First off the claim, on the dirt, going route to sprint, she's 30 for 85 with a positive ROI.
She,
And these horses just tend to win. Now, I don't love the fact that she hasn't been with Linda for that long. You know, her workouts have mainly been in Kentucky, but
what is HPT?
no idea.
If you don't know, nobody knows.
I know. I'm assuming
That is
one of those
weird.
trainers
She
knows.
claimed this horse, I believe. I believe she did.
Yeah. No, but that's kind of what she's been doing because of that rule, and
Oh,
you know.
right. They're
So
not leaving
I
state.
do prefer they're with her in her New York division for just for a period of
Right,
time.
she's only had it for 2 or 3 weeks. She's a good
Exactly.
call, yeah.
But I'm going to take her nonetheless because I could not get too excited about Carrara or Shady Side. Ready for Trouble, I do think she's a little interesting turning back in distance.
That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah.
thought the cutback would really help her, and
Absolutely.
I wanted to give her another chance for the Cantor Machis as well. But I think, it's funny that David has Princess Nye 6-1 in here. Well, Carrera, you'll know. Because one thing, they're never wrong in betting these Sandy
Nope.
Goldfarb Cox horses.
No.
When they get bet, they win.
Yep.
Race number 4. We'll break after 4. So, Best Impression came out. I didn't really like him. You and I are on
No,
the same
me
page
neither.
here. I don't know, Maggie. I gave up. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of wanted to
Me
take
too.
Maggie T, who's the speed.
No,
I
I'm with
just
you.
don't think her recent form is good enough. I saw Louise on the way out yesterday. Like a lot of us, she was extremely disappointed in the cancellation. I don't blame her.
Yep.
I don't love Echo Eternity, but I also thought that Jackie the Joker, off the claim with Ruben, that Ruben's going to be super aggressive
Well,
with
so
her.
also the
He has to
reclaim
be.
too,
Yeah.
and
Can she run it all anymore?
it does not.
And I always loved her. I always had a big thing for her. I thought she
And
was
Jimmy did a
horse.
fantastic job,
Right.
and I guess you have to pick up your head because he did go back in for her. Obviously, these owners like her as well, and how could they not? I mean, she did very well once upon a time. But her last
Two races, three
two
races, three.
four races, you could even say, have just been
Four
horrible.
back, I'd give her a chance, but the other three, it's just been
Right.
a disaster. And I also thought, though, she might get in the way of Maggie T. And I don't love Echo and Eternity, but I just thought she might be better.
She
than
sits
these.
the right trip. She, last time Jackson's Dixie was able to wire the field. Nobody really changed position that much in that field. And I just feel like, as you mentioned today, she might get those two pace horses out in front of her. She can sit that stalking trip. And you got to love also a reclaim by Bruce Levine.
Okay, here's a trivia question. We were talking about these the other day. The leading trainer in history at Aqueduct is, not surprisingly, Linda.
Yes, crazy. But yes.
Bruce is second.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
That
I
doesn't
mean,
surprise me. I mean, when I first came here, or right before I first came here, he was ruling the roost.
When I first started coming here a
Yeah.
long time ago, Bruce was the man.
He's my idol because
He's the best.
It's been a pretty cold winter thus far, and standing out in the paddock, my feet get so cold. I picked up on a Bruce Levineism. He wears Uggs, like Uggs that
Yeah.
most women wear.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. And I said, you know what? I'm
I
just
don't think
wearing
Bruce
my
has,
Uggs.
I don't think Bruce has to apologize to
No,
anybody.
I
and
love it.
To me,
I
Bruce
love
is, Bruce has cemented himself as a legend in New York racing. He just sort of
Absolutely.
quietly goes about his business. Nobody talks about him, and I really think that a guy like him deserves more credit. He's somebody we should, especially as we get to closing Aqueduct, we should talk about it more because he's been such a huge part of New York racing.
Yeah.
And a greatly loyal part of New
I
York
think you
racing for a
just
long, long time.
Have given me and possibly some of the producers a feature idea.
There we go.
Boom.
All right, let's do something on Bruce. We'll come back with the late pick 4 after a quick break.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.
Welcome back to Talking Horses, and I'm very curious to see if Maggie and I, we basically do agree in this race, and we'll talk about the horse you have on top, Frankie Coffee Cake, coming in from Parks, and I'm with you. I thought this horse ran well last time. I thought he was the horse to beat.
I don't think there's any denying. Nobody can deny the fact that this horse ran the best race last time
Yep.
of any of these in here. The problem is Kate DeMasi does not have particularly good numbers when shipping to Naira. She's 1 for 24 over the last 5 years.
Did
but
they look like this horse?
no,
Right.
this and the horse that's going to win here and Connor's crew set the pace and had run 2 times before.
And
this
actually
horse,
okay.
exactly. And this horse, he's on the far outside here. It's just this long, sustained run, and he actually wasn't that far off of it, when they broke. So I think with the ability to lay a bit closer, to have a more consistent run with the experience, I think it should make him very dangerous.
Also, let's go through the race. The third horse
Right.
improved 14 buyer points. The fourth horse improved 11 buyer points. The fifth horse improved 18 buyer points. So this horse is coming out of an extremely live race. I am totally with you. I, though, thought that Sadie Slay, and I think you probably saw a similar thing. And in a way, I'm sort of sorry that Flavian's riding because it it'll hurt the price.
Yes.
I thought this horse was very green last time.
Oh, so great. Like, broke running, was chasing in and amongst horses, then sucked back out on the turn, and then, kind of ran on a little bit again in the stretch. Not much, but yes, I do agree with you that definitely needed a start, could possibly show more speed here, especially with Flavian and the experience. But for me, I just thought maybe there was a little bit more of a step forward in Frankie Coffee Cake.
I'm surprised, though, that you don't have the 6 a little higher because just out of love for No Hain, No Gain,
I
the dam.
know.
And Toby trained her, right?
Yeah, owned
He
owned
he
her
owned
too.
her, right. Yeah. I thought there was a story with that, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about my man
Yeah.
lately as a bourbon for Toby the horse.
Yeah.
Came back
Yeah.
into the barn of his little
did he?
vacation.
Good.
Yeah, and it was funny because Leah's galloping some for Tom, and she got to ride. He's a really
Oh,
cool horse,
that's nice.
and so Leah got to ride him. Yeah.
People we really liked that we lost, and he's
Yeah.
certainly one of them. I didn't have much else to say. I mean, I don't have a big problem with 2 ducks, but I'm with you on the 2 and 3 is the main 2. In this
Yeah,
race.
I mean, 2 ducks, especially with Ruben picking up the mount as well, very well could be the speed.
Yep.
But I thought there was enough in here of
Especially with the 8 scratched.
right that at least to keep him company. But and the cutback in distance definitely is going to help 2 ducks.
Oh, I got HPT from Sandy Goldfarb. It is High Point Farm.
Oh,
Thank
thank
Sandy.
you.
Appreciate that.
Sandy?
Got a lot of
Still don't know what that is.
important
but
racing
thank you.
royalty texting me here. All right. Let's move on to race number 6. What'd you do in here?
I went to the 7 because he's low on speed.
Yeah, but he won
I
that
know.
race on a big bias 3. I don't trust this horse at all. I know he's lone speed.
And now
I
the
could
wet
never
track,
bet
which
this
is making
horse.
me a little bit more nervous than when I.
Yeah, I
handicapped for
mean,
not
I
a wet
know,
track.
but he's supposed to get loose in here. I mean, I don't know. Do you think he really just hates a wet track, or do you think he just needs to get loose on one?
No, I think he just needs to get loose. You're right. And look, this is the same recipe that worked 3 back. And for me, I didn't see anybody else to necessarily challenge him. I mean, maybe
No,
Manny
he's-
gets aggressive with Remy's Moon, but he's not
He's not as
naturally-
fast as that
not
horse.
nearly
He doesn't want to
naturally
get
as
involved
fast.
with that horse.
Right.
I picked Remy's Moon. I just thought. See, the thing was, I don't love lots of trouble, and we'll show his last
He's
race.
so pace dependent.
That's what I.
And they finished in a 4-horse photo. So
Yeah.
how good is that race?
That's what I thought. Exactly what I thought. 4 horses hitting the wire together. The whole field came together at the end of this race. They're just not very good, these horses.
and thing that's
that
on the lead.
aggregation,
Yeah,
Jack?
aggregation.
He
Who
ran well
all
off the claim.
yeah.
Big
He
performance
was,
for him.
he was eased. For those who
Well,
don't know.
if you couldn't pick up the red flag on him,
Woo,
then,
he was
you got what you
scary.
deserved. He just doesn't want to win.
Yeah,
He
but
sees the
still.
wire coming and goes, please,
Yeah.
please. I mean, he's lost some
mean-
races that he just never should have lost.
Yeah, I just don't like that race.
I don't
and
like it
I
either.
don't like his running style in this particular scenario, so I stayed away from him.
He beat poor Ship Sensational,
I didn't stay
almost
away from
won.
him second,
He
but
hasn't
I
won
picked Ship
since the
Sensational
Sleepy Hollow
too.
as a 2-year-old.
I know. I thought that was the time. That was the
sec-
day.
They're second to my favorite horse, in the Sam Davis.
Oh yeah. the,
Classic
what was
Causeway.
Lynch? Yeah, and then yeah. So yeah, I don't know. This race annoyed me a little bit
I agree.
because Remy's Moon could win on the class drop alone.
That's what I thought. But it is kind of a dump job, and it's an
It
ex-Jacobson
is a
dump
really
job.
right. Exactly.
I wasn't proud of it.
And he
See,
ran his
I-
best races for Jacobson.
I don't agree with David. I don't see how Remy's Moon is favored over Pratt riding lots of trouble.
I
in
agree.
the 80 buyer. I actually meant to ask David why he did that because I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
And he's often right with these things. I mean, I understand there was this claim from Todd, but it was claimed by Linda. I don't know. I was surprised by that. So I took the 6, so I just thought it might be a slightly better price, but if the morning line's right, I didn't even get that part right. So I'm already down.
Yeah.
No big surprise.
That's why you don't do the morning line.
Race number 7, I've been waiting to see if Maggie and I agree in race that we don't. I'm very surprised by this.
What?
I'm a little disappointed that you don't agree with me in this race as we start with
okay.
Last Man Standing, who you and I are against in here, coming off the win for Linda with Pratt. I just thought this horse beat a terrible field last
And
time.
okay, 2 back, he was a bit against the track, and then in hindsight, I was like, well, maybe that resulted in the win here. But still,
This
he
was a
doesn't want to
hungry
lead. He doesn't want to win. He's just kind of like, okay, fine.
I agree.
Nobody else is running, so I'm just gonna have to
Right,
win.
I can't do anything but win here. Please come try to catch me. And
Gray horse is trying to
second
come
horse
back on
Nance
him.
is like, I just can't quite get
Do
there.
it.
I'm with you on Carvellian Quest, though. I think it's the horse to beat.
Yeah, cutting back a bit in distance, and I don't love the fact that he was setting the pace, and the horse that kind of pressed him the whole way, Crab Daddy, was able to outfinish him. I didn't love that per se.
I don't disagree.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like he's kind of faced some better horses, and when you look at this condition, a lot of them are two life winners, whereas he's won 3. There's a little bit more of a class edge with him, slightly, and I just thought that I'll take him.
I'll say
'cause he's
something
not
else about his last
pace-dependent.
race, though. The horse that was stalking him, the other speed in the race, ran a 63 buyer and had bookended 80 and 82 buyers. So there is an argument that pace might have been a little bit more arduous for him than perhaps it suggests. Now, he's
Sure.
running the figures he always runs, but I think it suggests that race may have been a little bit better than it looks.
Yeah.
Enduring Spirit, who you have second, and I don't really like, who's one of the shorter prices, I got to tell you something. I can't get past that last race. I didn't think he ran well. Here's the problem I have with that race. I know that the second horse ran a big figure yesterday. I am still a little skeptical about that fig.
Well,
I know
I'm a
he's
little
run bigger figures
skeptical
before it,
of
but
the winner. I've never liked the winner, and he,
Back in on Friday.
it was a day in which it felt as though speed and inside were probably preferable, and this was the only race that didn't play out that way.
Yep.
But he was chasing wide.
I don't disagree.
I know that Smile and Say Cheese was too, but he was chasing wide. Confabulation, as you mentioned, came back and won for Michelle with an 87.
And Smile
with
and
an
Say Cheese
83
was on a
buyer.
dead rail at his next start, too, to be
Right.
fair off the claim.
So, yeah, I used him here. But, and it's not like, you've got, wait. You've
I'm not
got
gonna lie,
explain.
okay? We're gonna
You've
go to
got
the-
to explain Epitaph.
Seriously? To you, of all people, I have to explain Epitaph? Let's look at his last race at Delaware. I think this is a gigantic trainer change.
Okay.
In a race where I don't like anybody. I mean, he ran a 65 in this race.
Yeah.
Well, what, a 65 doesn't make him nearly competitive?
He
And
ran
he
a
gets
66.
he gets a significant trainer change? I'm in.
Yeah.
I thought
the
for
winner
sure,
of this race was on the front end, and what?
Yep. And the third horse did come back and
They
win and prove
won.
1 point. The speed was 1, 2, 3 around the track. I was sure that you would pick this horse too. I was thinking of picking up that. Oh, I'm on with Maggie. Maggie's going to like this horse too.
No.
Okay. All right. Trainer change for me. Race
hear
number
ya.
8 might be one of the more interesting races on today's card.
Yes.
There isn't a whole lot of form. I'm going to be. Look at this.
Oh!
Well, it'll happen. It's good luck. Good luck with that superfecta. With you, Ray, to wire the field.
Same.
Yep.
Same. Because, like you said, there isn't much form to go on here. And obviously, Linda's going to send out a first-time starter in the 9 and Flea, who is Take Charge Indy. It's at 19% with his first time starting 3-year-olds and up. If you go back a generation, the dam was half to higher power and alternation. So there's some serious pedigree, which you
Second
could take,
family's good.
which you could
First
take as
family
a
not.
negative sign that she's throwing her in there for
It's a homebred.
25. Homebred, exactly.
Does Barry really need to save this horse as a broodmare?
Probably not.
Right.
And look, yesterday she won, or 2 days ago she won with the first time starter.
At a mile.
So, at a mile.
In the past, she'd had a lot of success at a mile at the first, just not recently. And 11 is John Ortiz, so I'm going to throw that one in.
Right.
And the 7.
Didn't take that much money in that field, which concerned me a little bit.
I agree with that.
But still, and showed like enough early speed that could, be with some fitness, could move forward. And do know Jose Lascano does pick up Spicy Ticey.
Santana's not here. Where is he?
Right. Who knows?
Whatever. Lucky Me, we both have in there as well. A horse second-time starter showed speed. I like horses that at least showed speed. I just wanted to take Ray to wire the field. That's it.
Same.
Not
Lucky Me
furlongs.
was flattered when Asking came back and won, albeit in a pretty slow race, but still. I mean, 49 buyers probably going to win this race, right?
I would think so. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny that Ray was texting me when we were talking in the show about that race, about Gargan's horse getting claimed. And he said, I'll be surprised. We were saying he's definitely, I said he
It
would definitely
passes
get
the vet.
claimed. And I don't know if he did or not. And he said, I don't know if anyone claimed. Linda was the only claimant for the horse. Ray was right.
And she was.
You told me she talked to you and said
she
she was
said
right.
she was like, Maggie, was that horse acting up in the paddock? I said no. First time she was, but today she was fine. And she goes, yeah, I probably shouldn't have claimed her, but I just can't help myself.
No, she's like the person who goes shopping that can't help coming away with something from the store. Anyway, it was a pleasure, as it always is. We are done. Not quite done. Head over to Naira Bets. Bonus 200, and we'll match with $200 of your initial deposit. Play through Naira Bets, any track, anywhere, anytime. We have a 10% exacta bonus at Gulfstream. I will not be opting in. I won't be playing Gulfstream, but I will be playing Tampa. So I'll be opting in the next one. Exactas at Tampa. We'll be showing Tampa. Tampa and Aqueduct from 2 to 5. The Tampa card's good today, actually.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
you.
I've been looking for the best Tampa card we've covered. I'm actually really fun card. They got a really good 3-year-old
They
allowance
are
for
off
turf
the
and a
turf,
good maiden.
though.
No, they aren't. Are they?
Sorry, 5th and 7th are on, just the 9th. It does look a little bit.
The 9th was a bad race. The 5th and 7th are the good races. The
Okay.
9th race I didn't care about.
I know, it does look a little overcast there.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good for the.
Probably
Oh,
warmer
good
than
on the turf, fast on the dirt. So you're probably fine.
probably warmer in the paddock there than though here.
You think?
Got your Ugg boots, you and Bruce?
Yeah. Well, I got the bean boots on today because it's wet out. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
but
even
they're
didn't
fur
wear
lined
sneakers
too.
Today.
They're fur lined.
I remembered somehow not to wear sneakers, and I left my apartment, which is a miracle this morning. We're done. Chris Griffin is not. He's just getting revved up, and he'll be up with a reprise the Scratches and Changes in just a few minutes. Have a great day.
You bet with Naira Bets. Bet any track, anywhere, anytime. Download the Naira Bets app to play today and get a $200 deposit bonus. Watch live horse racing. Get expert picks. Boost your bankroll with weekly promotions and hone your handicapping skills with exclusive tips and tutorials. Download the Naira Bets app now. Sign up now to claim your $200 deposit match bonus. You bet with Naira Bets.